So I have a video for you today, pretty much because I hear Google's making a new phone. That's right, the Google Pixel Fold. Is that correct? Let me let me pull it up just so that I know I'm saying the correct name. I should probably have already done this before starting the video, but I want my interaction and stuff here to be genuine. So the Google Pixel Fold is a folding book style phone with regular smartphone like screens on the front and a tablet display on the inside. Has a vertical hinge that opens up to reveal a tablet like display. Not a good idea, and here's why. And believe it or not, I hate my hair. I apologize. I am due for a haircut. I just can't afford one right now. So you may not be aware of this, but Google has this pattern that they follow. And it's more so Google than Samsung. Samsung has some really nice phones. They also make some cheap duds that'll get you through. But Google statistically is bad. This is the Google Pixel 6. The Google Pixel 6. And if you're wondering, why do I have what was originally a $900 and something phone without a case? I have a case. It's one of these two-tier cases. And true to its reason, I can't actually use the case that was made for the phone. Well, why can't I use the case made for the phone? Well, I've had the phone for over a year, and I finally feel comfortable making a genuine my experience review, and I wanted to extend my review towards the Google Pixel 4a and push it towards the Google Pixel Fold. Now, why am I pushing it towards the Google Pixel Fold? Is because my experience with these Google Pixel phones has been so horrible and so steadily horrible that I honestly cannot imagine the Google Pixel Fold being any better. Now, that means that what I'm talking about isn't something physical that you're going to look at it and go, oh, well, that's ugly, or oh, well, that's not functional. So, just about every smartphone now is a brick. And by brick, I do in fact mean brick. It's a rectangle, it's flat, the sides are smooth, sometimes they're rough to give you some grip, and either way, they're not that attractive just sitting there. People have resorted to putting stickers on them and cases that are decorative to make them look different from each other. But whether it be the Android, the Apple, they're all rectangular, oblong, black bricks. Okay, and that being said, there's nothing physically wrong with this. The phone, however, it operates like shit. Let me give you a back in time story of I needed better credit. I had already lost the fiance, had already moved out of the house in the other town, had already moved in with a buddy for a while, and I got a job closer by. And when I did, I got a new phone for credit by making payments. And I don't know why T-Mobile did me the way they did. I found out that I should not have paid that much. But I paid $1,200 for the Google Pixel 4a. And I paid $1,200 for it while it was still relatively brand new in the market and out there. And it was the thing. And when I got it, it looked kind of different. The cameras were all over here in the corner, I do believe. And I can't find the phone right now. I took very good care of it. I had 5 or 6 phones, and I tried to take good care of all of them. And in my experience, it, along with 6 other phones, all went missing within the same week. I have a magical ability of when I get a new phone, I have taken good care of the old ones, and I shove them in a drawer, and I leave them in a drawer in case I'm going to need to pull out an emergency phone and go down there and have the activation switched from phone to phone. And would you believe, uh, not even maybe a year ago, that my brother that I took in off the streets stole all of my phones. Anywho, enough about him and what he did wrong. I'm not a forgive and forget kind of person, but I know that's what happened because no one else had been in the house, no one else knew where those phones were, and no one else had access to anything. So I am unable to show you the Google Pixel 4a. But it was similar because it was this shape and it was this color, it was black, but it had kind of a square and it had the cameras in the square. And its biggest feature was that it would not work and would tell you that it was overheating. And it would tell you it was overheating about 5 minutes after becoming so hot to the touch, you had to physically put it down or you would sweat. And I do genuinely mean sweat. You could even say it kind of hurt to hold it. I was doing maintenance in general, like construction style plumbing and stuff, and the phone would get so hot that it would cut off immediately, first thing in the day. And when I got my new job, I was actually doing maintenance, and I was in an air-conditioned, clean facility, and this facility, not this place, another place that may or may not make products that we need in everyone's homes for air conditioners and stuff. You may or may not be able to buy their stuff at Walmart. Doesn't matter who it was. I was working there and had my phone in my back pocket, and it seems like just the act of not being in use, not having any apps running in the background, having it on screen power all the way down, so the dimmest lit screen, and having the settings set for do not disturb, volume down, everything off, it would get so hot in my back pocket that not only could I feel my ass sweating and feel it stinging on the back of my ass, but it would cut off first thing in the morning. And I would take it out of my pocket and throw it in the freezer, not refrigerator, freezer. I tried putting it in the refrigerator, and it seemed like once it got a certain temperature, that just didn't do it. So, like, if I took the phone, this is the case, but if I took the phone and put it in the refrigerator after it had gotten so hot, you're looking at 2 or 3 hours where it's still going to be too hot to cut on. Whereas sticking it in the freezer, after about 10 minutes, I could pull it back out and it would actually be physically cold to the touch, and you could use it for roughly 30-40 minutes. And that's if you were just making phone calls and text messaging. Facebook, YouTube, Gmail, email, Google itself, actual web browsers, hell, Pornhub. Whatever you were trying to do, it wouldn't do it. It would immediately start to get warm again, to the point that you question whether or not you could crack an egg and drop it on there and watch it cook. It was that fucking hot. And I did take it back to T-Mobile at the store in Smithfield, at the strip by the Walmart, but not attached to the Walmart, over on the other side, over there where the Stacy's or Macy's or whatever the hell that strip store is. It also had the dollar store and the Froyo Sweet Frog place and all that. It doesn't matter, but you could find it if you lived in North Carolina. And so I went in there and I'm like, so I just bought this phone not too terribly long ago, and it is consistently always running hot. Well, the weather we had that day was about 50 degrees and raining. And my phone had been overheating even then. So I had turned it off completely and had it freezing in the air condition in my car all the way there. And when they looked at it, they had about 10, 15 people that just for some reason just had to be standing around in their store wanting things. And I get that. Places get busy, stores get busy. That's understandable. So that he gave me roughly 8 minutes and wanted me to show him it overheating. And I could not do so. Then, after about 3 weeks of not being able to get back up there, I got back up there again during a warm day when I knew that I could show it to them and that I saw that the parking lot didn't have a lot of people in it. And I went inside and there was nobody in there but the 3 people that sell phones and deal with your service. And I said, "This phone is hot." And that phone was fucking hot. Damn fucking hot. It was fucking hot. Why was it fucking hot? Because this time I cheated. I had, in fact, been running YouTube along with Facebook, doing the picture-in-picture thing, and was running the heat in my van and holding it in front of the vents in the van to not only make sure it was going to do what it'd been fucking doing the entire time I had purchased it, but to make sure the fucker was fucking hot to where he would notice it was fucking hot. And I brought it in, I slapped it on the table, and it was in the case at that point in time because I was still trying to protect it. And the guy picks it up and goes, "Holy crap." Well, I think he said holy shit, but he put it back down really quickly. And he said, "Is that about to explode?" And I said, "I don't know." I said, "But it's been running really hot since I purchased it." They pulled up my account and saw I had purchased it a while back. And they said, "Well, I can't refund it because you've been making payments on it already. We've had it this long and we don't know what's wrong with it." I said, I just purchased it. It's not been 3 months. I've not been able to come back because of time with my job. I was still kind of moving things back and forth from the house that I had moved out of. I was getting into my new job, working overtime. I couldn't just drop what I was doing to deal with a shit-ass phone. Well, the guy takes another look at it and pulls off the case and goes, "Maybe the case is the problem. Try not using the case and bring it back again in a couple days if it's still acting up." Well, I tried bringing it back in a few more days if it was still acting up, and I didn't even have to do the heat from the vent to make it hot. At this point, I was just doing anything I could to push that this phone is fucking hot and I need it replaced. I brought it in. The phone was actually so hot that the screen was starting to peel just a tiny bit around where they glue it on the lips. And I put it on the table, and I promise you, it wasn't actually any hotter with me doing what I did in the van. Was not actually any hotter whatsoever. But I put it up on the table. No case. No case. And I told them, I said, "This is my Google Pixel 4a. I had just purchased this about 3 months ago. I've been desperately trying to get back here. And 2 times now I've come up here and it's been not enough of an issue for y'all to refund me or swap out for a new phone or purchase a claim on this and give me a new Pixel 4a. I said, "But this thing is extremely uncomfortable to hold. It's extremely uncomfortable to put in my ear. It's extremely uncomfortable to carry in my pocket. I am not using a case on it because it's so hot, and it's still so hot. I have to put it in a freezer to make a phone call. Sometimes, in order for me to use it while making a phone call, I have to put a Bluetooth in my ear and keep it in the refrigerator while making the phone call." The lady looks up the information and says she saw that somebody else had worked with me in the past and left a note on the account, but I believe he had quit, left, been fired, whatever, and he didn't stay. And she didn't know what was going on with it, and she looked at it and said, "Well, you're out of your warranty section. You've used it long enough that if there's an issue, it's now on you. It's yours. There was no extra protection put on this. We don't know what's going on, but now it's your problem because it's not under the warranty." So I literally stopped using the phone. I put a different phone on the account an older phone and just dealt with an older phone with a cracked screen that cut my fingers for a while until this one came out. I had an upgrade on my account available, and with the upgrade available, I went in and tried to figure out, what we could do to get me a better phone. And they said, well, they were running a sale slash thing on Google Pixel 6. And so with my upgrade and all, or whatever it was that was on the account, they could get it to me for, I believe the man called it 50% off. And for some reason, that 50% off doesn't seem to be 50% off, because I am actively still making payments on $800 worth of phone. There's no way this bitch was $1,600 fucking dollars. But, my dumb ass said, well, maybe that last Google Pixel was just a fluke, something from the factory. Maybe the wires were accidentally too small. Maybe there was a problem with some soldering connections. I understand technology. I understand electronics. There has to have been something in there that maybe the heat sinks were missing. I don't know what would cause a phone to do that, but they can't still be making Google Pixels if they're all doing that, right? So I bought the Google Pixel 6. Not the 6A, it wasn't available, and that wasn't what the sale was for. It was the Google Pixel 6. And there was already a Google Pixel 7, either in the works or available, but I didn't have it. They didn't have it in the store. They didn't offer it. I brought this thing home, and it was overheating that night. On the charger, as I sleep, I rolled over, felt the phone on my face, felt the heat on it, immediately took it off the charger, threw it in the refrigerator, not freezer, because the next day was Saturday, and I slept in the next day and went and got the phone. It was better. And I thought, well, all those pillows and my face, I was asleep. I don't know what happened, so maybe I was smothering the phone, kind of like how when you have a case on it, they'll blame the case. So I gave it a couple of days. No. Immediately, all of the proof of the Google Pixel 4a overheating was right back in my hands. Right back in my hands. And I had put the spare phone that I had used back into my drawer. And at this point in time, I had moved into my own trailer that y'all have seen in a couple of videos, and I understand y'all think that that's a horrible, terrible trailer. It was a horrible, terrible trailer. Doesn't matter how much I was saving in rent, doesn't matter if it was me putting back money to move into a nicer place. Point is, you can actually see the timeline of where things progressed from my guns in a hallway to that dark, dreary trailer to now. I don't have the spare phones that I could use and just stop using this. So I'm stuck with this thing, and just look at it. It's just a regular Google Pixel 6. I can make 3 phone calls a day if I have a refrigerator around me 3 times a day, in which I can get my hands on the refrigerator and a Bluetooth device. So making phone calls makes this thing so hot you can't hold it. Making phone calls with Bluetooth makes it hotter, but it's the only way to cool it down. Using a industrial size refrigerator would probably be my best preference. Lower it to like -30. But funny jokes aside, a regular refrigerator will freeze this to the point that not only can you touch it, but it's really, really cold. And you're not supposed to do that. It could probably damage the screen, but the screen works fine and has not been my issue. It's that I couldn't fucking hold it. As you see, I keep putting it down now, and there's nothing playing. There's nothing playing. I will bite the bullet and hold this to show you. There's nothing available that is, well, there's messages, phone, and YouTube. Well, that explains enough to be why it's hot. There shouldn't be anything running, but it's empty. The light's dimmed, It only has just regular internet based on my service provider, and the phone is uncomfortably hot to the touch. And it's not cutting off. I guess either because it's done it so much that it no longer does that, or it's not cutting off simply because it's just not quite there yet. I pulled it out of the refrigerator about 35-40 minutes before sitting down to start this video, and I guess maybe I had left the Facebook on when I threw it in the refrigerator, so I was wrong there. But do you have a smartphone? Do you open Facebook? Does opening Facebook cause your phone to get hotter than the coals in a charcoal grill? Yeah, I mean, because I could simulate for you the it overheating alarm and alert by, like, heating it up with a hair dryer or something, and I just don't feel the need to do that. I'm going to be honest with you, and it's not doing it right now, which is fine. But family members, friends, co-workers at several jobs now have seen me with these Pixel phones and these struggles, and they're not buying Google Pixel. And quite frankly, I don't care if you're a big company or not. You should stand behind your product, and you should make a damn good product. But if you're going to make shit, you're going to get shit for it. And I have recently posted on a Facebook post where Google's advertising this Google Pixel Fold that they have made a bad product. And here's the back and forth, because they've literally just started to ignore me. They made an advertisement on Facebook, just a little post about how their Google Pixel 4 is going to be great. And I said, no, I'm not buying Google Pixel. I said the last 2 Google Pixels I bought overheated ridiculously, and they're uncomfortable, and I can't use them without putting them in a freezer. It's not a good idea, and I don't suggest that anyone else does either. They insisted, somebody named Rita, no last name, not going to give one anyway, said to message them. So I did. I said, upon the request of Rita, I'm sending this DM. Happy to give you any information. For some reason, it reads like they've got their hands tied behind their back with a call card of what to say. Thanks for reaching out over DM. Have you tried contacting our specialists for help regarding this? If yes, would you mind sharing the case ID number with us? It's located in the subject line of the email from our support team. It looks similar to your Google support inquiry case number ID X's inside of, In case you didn't see it in your mailbox, please go through your junk spam folder as well. I'm trying to search for the keyword your Google support inquiry. If you haven't, we suggest you reach out to our phone or chat support team so that they could take a closer look into a better way to help. Rest assured, our team is well equipped and will do their best to help you. Appreciate it. Well, see, Rita actually said, let me pull up what she said if the phone doesn't want to overheat here. Okay. We certainly understand your concern. In order for us to assist you, we require some additional information we cannot collect publicly. Could you please send us a DM? We'll do our best to help. Signed, Rita. So, with their little automated message, they're literally just saying, oh, we don't have questions. We don't need an inquiry. You can go to so-and-so for help. My response, though, in Google messaging, Facebook messaging with Google, no, I haven't. I have an account with T-Mobile. I went to T-Mobile a number of years ago and purchased a Google Pixel 4a. I worked in construction, and every single day I would have no phone from when the sun went up to come down till when I got in the van on the way home from work and had air conditioning blowing on the phone for about 40 minutes because it would automatically shut off for heat. Reasons, even though the phone was in my back pocket, out of the sun, and sometimes even completely off. I found that even if it was completely off in my back pocket, it would somehow manage to draw so much heat that it would not cut on. I have owned phones before and have never had such a problem. So when the Google Pixel 6 came out, I had an upgrade on my plan and used it to go to the Google Pixel 6 because it's newer than the Google Pixel 5 And to be sure, Google had fixed that issue. My phone was most likely a fluke, right? No, it's not a fluke. Your phones run incredibly hot. The Google Pixel 6 is so hot that if I try to upload a YouTube video with 5 bars of 5G UC, which is ultra capacity, it takes 14 plus hours to upload a 5-minute YouTube video in the standard definition, even with high-speed internet on my home in 65-degree air conditioner. The phone will have to go into the freezer every 40 minutes or so, as long as a YouTube video is being processed or uploaded, or if I'm downloading an app, or if I've been using the phone, the telephone, or if I'm trying to charge it, or if I've been watching a video or playing music. Which is one of the reasons that recently I had such a hard time getting these YouTube videos uploaded, including the one about the lightsabers, which I will openly admit I should probably cycle through my clothing a little better than I do. Okay, playing music. I did go to T-Mobile about it the week after I purchased the phone, thinking that maybe that week that I was purchasing the phone, I could get there the next day, and then the next day. But with work the way it was, I was unable to get there for the entire first week. That second week, we had some extremely low temperatures, and I went back in T-Mobile in person, and they saw me for a full 8 minutes, and they were willing to talk to me. My phone wasn't overheating. They told me if it did in the future, just bring it back. They would look at it and see my options. I haven't taken it back. I cut the conversation short. Sorry, I missed something here. Okay, what my options would be. These are two phones that genuinely seem to run the temperatures of the sun, and I cannot possibly be the only one with that issue, but there's been no recall. I haven't forced them to taking it back. I have shown family and friends. I have used a temperature gun to show people the temperature that the phone gets. I have let people at work hold my phone. I get people saying the temperature actually hurts a bit. Your hand will sweat when using this. There is no case ID. There is no Google support inquiry. I'm not looking to file a case. I am putting money back to purchase something from anywhere but Google that'll work on the T-Mobile company data plan. I am far, far, far from an iPhone fan. I detest Apple, but my experience with the Google Pixel 4a and now the Google Pixel 6 has made me wonder what the future of high-quality phones is supposed to be like, and I'm considering getting a flip phone. I get a cookie-cutter response. We understand how important this is for you. In the case, we recommend you reach out to our support team via the link we have shared in our previous response. Please be rest assured that they will see the best can be done to improve your experience. Appreciate it. Oh, I'm appreciated, all right. Nope, just getting a different phone brand in the future. Not going through the bureaucracy. I work 14-hour shifts. Don't worry, the phone's qualities have been seen by all of my family and friends and coworkers. And I went ahead and added it then because I'm doing this now, as well as my YouTube followers. And this was, it's real. It's right there. And I don't personally have anything against Google. I'm not crazy about big corporations, but I'm not enjoying the automated responses. They certainly haven't helped any. So just thought maybe I would go ahead and do so. I could make it understood and known. That way, y'all could save yourselves some headache. If you have to have a folding phone, go Samsung, go Apple, go Chinese knockoff. Just don't buy Google Pixel anything. This has been 3, 4, 5 years of stupid, hellish, dumb bullshit, me throwing money out the window, probably $2,000 in dealing with these two phones. I've been inconvenienced a number of times. I've been on the side of the road and not have what I need to get my car home, and the phone be hot and overheat and turn off when I need to call someone. So I am very angry and would even argue that if I was a weaker, stupider, dumber person with less resources, my life could have even been put at stake because of the quality of the phone that I had chosen to purchase. I will let you sit with how you feel about that, but I warn you, if you have a Google Pixel phone, please don't just have it. Warn people. Have a great day.